Kentucky bourbon distilleries are used to getting a lot of visitors. Maker's Mark in Loretto is no exception.
Surprised by how sweet it is?
We see over 150,000 visitors a year who drive these crazy roads to get to our distillery.
Without question, Maker's Mark has a lot of name recognition on the Bourbon Trail. People love visiting the distillery not only because of its bourbon, but its history.
They're looking for that quintessential Kentucky experience. You get the rolling hills, the curvy roads, and then you get to look out at this beautifully landscaped property, the historic buildings, and then you get to sip a little bit of bourbon.
Perfect. Pull it out, turn on its side, twist, 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 twist. Keep twisting, twisting, and set it down. Perfect.
Of course, a unique part of the experience is when visitors get a chance to dip their own bottles in the famous red wax.
It's like these grown adults in a kid in a candy store dipping their own bottles, dipping it into that wax and making their own mark on that bottle that they're going to tuck away.
The dipping of the bottles, just another example of how each Maker's Mark bottle of bourbon is, in a sense, handmade in Loretto.
We are very fortunate that our founders did the entire process here in the 1950s, and we still complete the entire process graining a bottle here in Loretto.
Here, the art of creating bottles of bourbon is just as important as drinking them.
Our bottle is a piece of art to us, so there's an appreciation from the get-go.
Highlighting Loretto, I'm Deidre Tate, and that's another reason to celebrate Kentucky.